The man just meant to order a cup of coffee, but unexpectedly met the love of his life. So he took the initiative to strike up a conversation with the girl, and in their talk, they somehow found a connection. But as a rich heiress, Lisa had already experienced countless advances from men. Yet this time, she felt intrigued by the ordinary-looking man in front of her. Since Lisa worked as a nurse at a nearby hospital, she had to leave early. But when they said goodbye at the door, both felt reluctant to part. So Jack gathered his courage and expressed his feelings to Lisa, which managed to make her laugh. Even though love surged within her, the shyness and awkwardness of a first meeting held them back. In the end, they could only walk away in different directions with unfinished emotions. However, just as Lisa turned to be brave, she saw Jack wasn't turning back. Feeling disappointed, she had just turned around when Jack suddenly looked back. And so, the two missed each other due to fate's cruel twist. Unexpectedly, Jack was struck and thrown by a speeding car right after their encounter. Lisa's father, Carl, was the head of a billion-dollar empire, and he was about to celebrate his 65th birthday. His eldest daughter was busy organizing a lavish birthday banquet, but Carl had been feeling restless lately because a mysterious voice often echoed in his ears. Until night fell, when the whole family sat down for dinner. The mysterious voice in Carl's ears grew clearer. The voice even demanded he go to the study alone. To figure out what was happening, he had no choice but to obey and head to the study. Just then, the voice sounded again, and Carl spotted a faint figure behind the bookshelf. The figure spoke in a deep, commanding tone, claiming he was the Grim Reaper who governed life and death. Now, Carl's legendary life deeply fascinated him. He wanted to know what power allowed Carl to captivate and earn the admiration of countless people. So the Grim Reaper decided to personally enter this flesh and blood world. He would use this mortal body to taste the joys and sorrows of humanity. But Carl was completely baffled by this, until the figure slowly emerged from the shadows. Carl instantly recalled hearing this voice during his previous heart attack, after which he had miraculously survived. Then the Grim Reaper made a deal with Carl. If Carl could show him the various facets of human life, he would extend Carl's life. But the condition was that Carl must keep the Grim Reaper's identity a secret. With no other option, Carl agreed. But he never imagined that the Grim Reaper's current body had just shared a perfect encounter with his daughter. Then the two moved to the dining table, and Carl began introducing his eldest daughter and son-in-law, as well as David from the board of directors, who was also the boyfriend of his younger daughter, Lisa. However, when it came to introducing the Grim Reaper, Carl could only call him a very close friend named Jack. For the Grim Reaper, experiencing human life for the first time, everything in front of him was fascinatingly new. But David noticed something unusual about Jack. David was discussing a business acquisition with Carl, but Carl had not given a clear response. Now Jack had inexplicably shown up beside Carl. Just as the atmosphere grew increasingly awkward, Lisa happened to return from work and join her father for dinner. At that moment, she was surprised to find that the man who had been on her mind was sitting at her family's dining table. Only then did Carl realize that his daughter knew the host of the Grim Reaper's body, which made him feel uneasy. So he quickly pulled Jack aside, lowered his voice, and asked about their relationship. The Grim Reaper explained that he didn't know Carl's daughter, only that this body had met her before. After confirming there was no deeper entanglement between the Grim Reaper and his